Welcome to another video. Today we're back in Great League and we're going to be trying out Shadow Hypno with Confusion, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. Going to be pairing that with Umbreon. Standard moveset on Umbreon. Snarl with Last Resort and Foul Play. Last Resort of course being that Community Day move. And in the back we're going to have Scrafty. Scrafty's going to have Power Up Punch as one of its charge moves, Counter as the fast move, and Foul Play. So let's see how we go with this double dark team. It's something a little bit different. First match we've got a Pelipper on the lead. Now we're running Thunder Punch here. It will outpace us to the moves, but Thunder Punch will do a significant amount of damage. Now throwing the Weather Ball here. Of course, a bit of a new team, so I'm not 100% used to the matchups, but we go straight in on the switch there into Umbreon. Probably should have stayed in and maybe thrown the Ice Punch and got the shield there before switching out, but it is a good matchup for Umbreon, this one. It should win. It should win unless it doesn't shield the Dazzling Gleam. I was not expecting that from the Altaria there, so that was a good surprise, bit of spice from the opposition, and that will mean we'll lose this matchup, unfortunately. But not all is lost here. I mean, the Pelipper has sort of intermediate matchups with both our other Mons, so it's not too bad that we've lost lead there. And what we'll be able to do now is shield and then Confusion down and have a move ready for the Pelipper if they decide to bring that back in. So let's see what they bring back in now. They're waiting out the timer and they bring in a Scrafty. So yeah, look, Scrafty's not ideal. But it's good to see, you know, we've got rid of the Umbreon, which has the worst matchup against Scrafty. So we could be in worse positions, but yeah, their team comp here, pretty hard to read and didn't really have a call on that one. But what we'll look to do here is get to the Power Up Punch, see if they shield this. That'll ramp up our attack. They don't shield, and then what we'll do here, just in case it's a foul play, is shield and farm down. It is just a Power Up Punch, but that's okay. We'll look to counter down here. They've still got a shield, so we're probably not going to make it here. We'll throw the Power Up Punch. They'll shield this, but I imagine they'll get to the Weather Ball or Wing Attack down before we can get to another move. They get to the Weather Ball. It's so spammy, Pelipper, so well done to the opposition there. Just couldn't quite get it over the line, but really tight match, that one. Alright, time to regroup and back into game 2 here. Alright, Abomasnow lead. That's a tough one as well, but they've swapped straight out, so they've made that easy for us. They've gone into Mew here, so we'll get the Umbreon straight onto this. Mews typically run Wild Charge, Flame Charge. So yeah, they've gone the Flame Charge there, so they're looking to ramp up the move. My guess is their next move, if they get to 1, will be a Wild Charge to try and knock out the Umbreon, but it's so tanky it won't matter. We won't shield here and we should be able to snarl down and have a move for the next matchup. So that's how dominant that one is. Wild Charge comes through, their defense drops and we can snarl down. So we're in a good shape so far. I thought they were going to bring back in the Abomasnow there and I've thrown blind. Wasn't ideal, but yeah, as far as Azumarill goes, you want to be throwing that Last Resort. Because of its fairy typing, it resists the dark moves. Anyway, they're looking to farm us down here, so they're going to have a fair bit of energy here. The Umbreon can, the Hypno can still take a hit even though it's shadows, but we'll shield this first one up and see what moves they have, just in case it's a Hydro. We'll now throw the Thunder Punch. This will just about KO the Azumarill if they decide not to shield, and they do. So shields are back level. Scrafty in the back doesn't really want to see this. They're throwing the Hydro and then they've swapped. So we'll go into Scrafty here. 1 Power Up Punch. They probably won't shield this, but unfortunately they kind of need to. They're only going to be able to get to 1 Weather Ball, which we can tank, and that'll ramp up our attack, and we should be able to shield here and take the other Weather Ball, and yeah, the Azumarill is going to have no choice but to shield. We've sort of ramped up our attack, so we can just throw Power Up Punch here or Foul Play just to force the shield, and we should be able to outpace the the Azumarill to the move on the Hypno. He's going to have to throw here, otherwise we're going to get him. So he's thrown at the last second. Pretty good timing and counting by him, but yeah, he had no choice there. And we should be able to get to the move, only just. And Hypno comes through and finishes things off. So tight game there, but certainly did help that we got a pretty hard counter on the switch. Now going to the next match here. Sableye, definitely not a good matchup here. We want to get straight out, so just throwing a couple of confusions. Now straight into the Umbreon. They'll go into Azu here. Not looking good so far. Countered and then countered on the switch. But look, Umbreon is a tank, and it's not without play against Azumarill. It can't win, but it can certainly chip away at it, and Azumarill's not ideal for this team. It's good that we're drawing it out now. It gives Scrafty a chance in the back to perhaps win the game. So, see how we go here. Won't shield anything. We'll just get through as many last resorts as we can. Oh, they've also got Play Rough, which isn't amazing. We'd probably have more of a chance. Oh, we've got some sort of lag there. And they've got Bubbles through. Thanks for that, Niantic. Alright, so throwing that move. They'll throw here, and we won't shield this. So we've got the Azumarill pretty low, and it was a bad lead, so we can come in now and look to confusion down with the Hypno. We won't shield this, and we're going to need our shields for in the back. So now we can commit to the farm down. Let's see what they decide to bring in. Okay, so it's an Umbreon. Not amazing at all. They should be able to snarl down here if they want to. And commit to the full farm down, but we'll chip away at it here. And of course in the back we do have Scrafty, which absolutely walls Umbreon, so we'll bring it in now, see what they decide to do. They're a bit slow on the switch out there. They do have a couple of shields, but we're already ahead on energy, so this is looking pretty good, and they don't shield the first one. So what we'll do here is we'll shield this, and we'll just throw power up punches after that. And they've given up, and that's fair enough too. By the time we'd got back to the Umbreon, we would have ramped up Power Up Punch so much that the Umbreon would have gone down pretty quickly to counter, being the Dark type. Now this is the dream lead, this is what you want to see, and they go into a Stun Fist, that's what you want to see on the counter swap too, so absolutely ideal for this one. Finally get a bit of a break after some tough leads. Now, they're not going to probably shield here at all. What we can do is we can take an Earthquake, so we'll just take it here, and we should be able to get to the Power Up Punch, and that's all we're looking to do here, is maintain that hard switch that we've got and not give them too much of a farm on the Machamp. So they'll probably only get one counter maybe worth of energy here, or probably two counters, which we can cope with. The Hypno can take a Rock Slide or a Cross Chop, so yeah, they've got two counters worth of energy. We bring the Hypno back in to maintain that really hard matchup on the Machamp, and as you can see there, Confusion does so much damage, it's crazy. So we won't shield here, and let's see what they do. They bring in their Azu in the back, and once again we get to see that Umbreon Azu matchup. But as we've seen in past matchups, you just keep throwing the last resorts here. The only thing we have to watch out for is we've got to make sure that we can we get rid of the Azu altogether. So we'll shield here. And then what we'll look, and they've got Play Rough, so we had to shield. So we shielded, we'll throw the last resort here. I reckon they'll shield this, matching our shields, but it's a little bit too late for the Azu, and I think he knows it, so we might see a swap or something at some stage to try and catch a move. We'll keep an eye out for it, but even if that happens, I think we're in a pretty comfortable position here, and it looks like he's caught the last resort on the Machamp, so that was well played. We're going to go into the Hypno now. So the Confusion damage will be pretty telling, and he'll have to shield these Thunder Punches to survive. So let's see what happens here. No shield remaining. This won't KO us, and we should be able to get to a Thunder Punch before dying. And that'll do the matchup, or pretty close too. Let's see. I reckon the Shadow variant, this will KO. And it does. So another win there, which is nice. Into the next matchup. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Altaria on the lead. Okay, well, we've got Ice Punch, which does significant damage to an Altaria, so we'll look to throw. We reach the Ice Punch just before they do they reach their Sky Attack, so we'll just look to match shields. What we were trying to do there was jump out and try and catch the Sky Attack on the Umbreon, but we couldn't do it. But we should be able to do it on this move here. So we'll throw the Ice Punch again. They'll look to shield again, and then we'll go into Umbreon and see what they decide to do. The idea of going into Umbreon is to draw out any fighters that they might have. Speaking of which, basically because any counter user or fighter is no good against these dark types. Most teams might have one, so by throwing in Umbreon, we can look to draw shields, especially in this case because Medicham is a Psychic type as well. We can just throw foul plays here, try and draw some shields, and also know that we can bring the Hypno back in, and Hypno resists counter, and it can get rid of the Medicham, and that should hopefully mean the Scrafty in the back has a chance to sweep. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so the Medicham comes back in. What we'll do here is just farm down. We'll shield just in case. They've powered up punched a few times, so we'll shield here and we'll confusion down, and then we'll throw the Ice Punch on the Altaria. And I guess at this point we just need to see what's in the back. That goes through. It looks, oh, it's Deoxys in the back. Okay, so in hindsight, rather than swapping straight away there, we probably should have stayed in with the Hypno. It resists counter. He wouldn't have been able to counter us all the way down, and we would have got to a move, and then we probably should have gone into Scrafty. We would have then got to a foul play like we did there, but I think what's going to happen here is he's going to counter us down before we get to another move, and he's going to have a move ready for the Hypno. So played that a bit wrong. Probably could have won that game in the end if we played it a bit differently, but new team, and yeah, got a little bit excited there. But let's go into the next game and see how we go in this one. Alright, so in this game, not the best lead here. Galvantula is pretty much a wall to this team. We've got two dark types in the back and a Psychic type. None of them appreciate lunge, so it's what we'll do is shield here. We've then swapped into the Umbreon. We're hoping to CMP on the lunge. Looks like we have, so he should have to shield here. Let's see what happens. Yep. So we've got the CMP tie, which is good, which forces a shield out of him on the Spider. We'll look to get to another one here, outpacing him. So will he shield this one as well? We'll have to wait and see. No, unfortunately, due to the lunge debuff, it doesn't KO, which is really unfortunate. So we'll let this go. And what we should be able to do is confusion down with Hypno. So we've got rid of the Spider, which is a big threat, and hopefully they've got something a little bit kinder to us in the back. So let's wait and see. Okay, so it's a Skarmory. Not a bad situation for us. Thunder Punch is going to do some significant damage, as you can see here. We can even throw another one here, I'd say. And then we need to sort of hedge our bets. Not sure what's in the back, so we'll throw here, and then we'll go into... Oh, no, they've caught us on the move there, so... Probably shield here. We want to keep the Hypno alive if we can, depending on what's in the back. So we'll go into Scrafty now. They look like they're trying to get to the move. They don't. Would have thought they'd almost get there, but we throw the foul play here, and that KOs them, and they've got a Nazu in the back. So, look, a bit of a tricky situation, this one. So we'll throw the power-up punch here. We need to boost Scrafty's attacks. Anything he throws at Azu is resisted, so Azu's a bit of a wall to him. But we don't quite get to the next attack here, which is unfortunate. The Azu throws a Hydro as well, so we're looking at needing to get to 2 Thunder Punches here. One won't quite KO, so I don't think we're quite going to get there in this game, unfortunately. But we've made it pretty close. Not too bad. Yeah. Maybe we should have gone for the foul play on the Scrafty. But anyway, as far as the team goes, look, it's one of those ABB teams where you've got 2 weaknesses. And the principle is you can safe swap into Umbreon to draw out a fighter, and then Hypno can confusion down the fighter. And theoretically, that leaves Scrafty to sweep in the back with Power Up Punch. Not a bad team. Worth giving a go. Thanks for watching.